Hello Fresh Start fam, welcome back to my channel. My name is April and this is April's Fresh Start Budgets. So in today's video we will be doing some cash stuffing with prop money for our third paycheck of March. This should be a total of $890. So let's go ahead and count this and make sure we have what we are supposed to. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 500, 20, 40, 60, 80, 600, 20, 40, 60, 80, 700, 20, 40, 60, 80, 800, 20, 40, 60, 80, and 90. So yes, we have the $890. Okay, so our first category for today is the natural gas bill. The natural gas should have in it $29. Let's go ahead and make sure that's what we've got. We have 25, 7, and 9. Yes, we have 29. So natural gas, I am on the natural gas budget for the house. The bill is $83 a month, but because we have a surplus in it, we're only adding $80. So this is going to get 80. So we'll have a total of 109. We'll add 20, 40, 60, and 80. So I use prop money for these cash stuffings. And the reason for that is, number one, most of these come out of my checking account auto drafted. So having the cash, if I went to go to the bank and take cash out and then have to take it back to the bank for the auto draft, that would just be tedious and kind of ridiculous. So I use prop money to represent the money that's in the bank account. It's a really good transition from going full cash to going full digital. So I actually thought I could make a video. I might do that next Wednesday where I show you guys how to use these types of budget binders, whether you are 100% cash, whether you are prop money, or whether you are 100% digital, because these would be great for tracking whether you are full cash, prop, or digital. And the tracking is key, tracking your budget. You can create a budget all the live long day, but if you aren't following the budget or tracking where your spending is, it doesn't make much sense. So, all right, so let's move on to the water and sewer category. This one in it actually should have quite a bit. So we have 100, 20, 40, and 5. So 145. And to that today, we are actually adding 80. So again, even though you create a budget, if you're not tracking your spending, you don't know what categories you are having a surplus on. So this category, we definitely have a surplus on this category. So I'm thinking for next year, I'm going to drop it down a little bit, maybe like $10 a month, like $70. But for right now, it's 80. So 20, 40, 60, 80. And actually what we are thinking of doing is using this money, the surplus in here, to go towards one of our other deficits that you will see. Budget, once you set a budget, it doesn't have to be 100% set in stone. You can tweak it as you go. All right, TV and music, this is for all of those subscription services that we have, like Hulu, Spotify, that type of stuff. I also have Audible. So all of these actually come out on the 20th, which is today. So they came out this morning, so there was nothing in it. So we are going to pay the 60, and this is actually going to go towards the next month of auto drafts for this category. So 20, 40, and 60. I also use my ink subscription in here, and then I have storage, my Apple or iCloud storage as well. Okay, fuel. This is fuel for, oh, my Sharpie bled a little bit. That's okay. Fuel for the car. We actually both got gas this morning, so apparently it bled a lot. I have to let them dry first. Okay, so there was nothing in here We both got gas today. We both filled up from completely on E, but we hadn't gotten gas in a month, so that was pretty good. So 320, we're going to add 100, and we will have a balance of 100. Health and beauty. So I do have nothing in here. I'm going to add to this category, I'm going to add 100, and I'll have a $100 balance. So as previously stated, I do have an HSA, but I've been trying to let the HSA build up a little bit. So I've been using the health and beauty category to pay for things that I can cash flow, so I don't have to use the HSA, so I can let the balance in there build up a little bit. And then this weekend I went on a date day with my son, and we stopped at Sephora, which he said he did not like Sephora, and it smelled like a junk drawer in there, and he doesn't ever want to go back in that store. So he's 7, but that was his opinion of the Sephora store. So, but I was able to get a couple things that I needed. So that's why this category had nothing in it. So we added 100, and it now has 100. Kids category, this one has $10 in it. And to this, we are adding 200. The kids category pays for my son's ninja gymnastics class. It pays for basically everything related to my son except for his summer daycare and tuition. Those are separate categories, but otherwise, if he needs school supplies, it comes out of here. If he needs a toy, it comes out of here, that type of stuff. So let's add 200 to that. And I do have a plan to break this category down into its own binder pretty soon. I just haven't had the time to put that together yet. Investments. Okay, so this is more fun investments. This is my stash, my acorns. I do have investments that automatically come out of my paychecks, but this one is more of those after paycheck fun investing type of things. It has nothing in it now because I usually use it every month, and I'm going to add $80 to it. So 20, 40, 60, and 80. And these are new envelopes that I made just for this purpose. Sorry if you can hear my sump pump running in the background. It snowed all week, and then, well, it snowed for a couple days, and then it warmed up, and then it snowed, and then it warmed up. So unfortunately, that means that the ground is wet and the sump pump is running as it absorbs moisture. So you may hear that sound in the background. I film in the basement next to the laundry room, which is also the utility room, which is where the sump pump is. Okay, pets. So I have 3 dogs. This black lab here, this looks like my big black lab Daisy. And then I have 2 Boston Terriers. I have a male Boston Terrier, Loki, and a female Boston Terrier, Leia. So I am still in the hole on my pets category. We budgeted $20 a month in 2023, which is, if you have any pets, $20 a month for 3 dogs is absolutely ridiculously low. So we definitely went into the negative, and I figured I could offset it by budgeting $80 a month this year. And so far we're taking the negative lower every month, which is good. We're not out of it yet, but we are taking it lower. So we're still at negative 50, and I spend about $50 to $60 in this category every month. So it's not completely, like next month when we add to it, we're not going to be completely in the clear. We're going to probably take it down to like negative 20 or negative 30, that type of thing. So I am going to take the 80 and put it in here, but it's most likely going to come immediately out and go into the deficit. So you guys may be wondering how do I handle a deficit? Well, so I have categories like the water category that has a surplus in it. So because it's all in my checking account, it all equals out in the long run. I just keep buffers in there by having categories that have a surplus in them, like the water and sewer category, so that it can cover if I were to go a little bit overboard in a category. If you're going consistently overboard in a category, you have not budgeted the right amount. So I know for 2023, I did not budget the right amount for pets. And I could have corrected it after 1 or 2 months, but I just decided to let it ride out and see maybe, if it would balance out over the course of the year. It did not. I went into the negative. So I am correcting it this year by balancing or by adding way more to that category. All right. So church and giving, I am getting $110 added to this category. It currently has in it 40, which I don't have that in there. 1 second. Okay, so that category currently has 40. It's getting 110, so now it will have $150. Let me add that to the envelope and write that down. Okay, so that is it for the prop cash stuffing of the third paycheck of March. Again, I do these in prop money because they come out auto drafted from my bank account. And since we have a lot of newbies here, I am so excited that I've had a lot of channels giving me some love lately. And because of that, I have a lot of new subscribers. So I would like to give a thank you to all of the channels that have given me a shout out lately. And welcome to all of the new subscribers. I do prop cash stuffing on Wednesdays. I do real cash stuffing 3 days a week. On Tuesdays, I do my travel and vacation binders through savings challenges. On Thursdays, I do 30 Thursdays, which is the $30 in randomizer. And then on Saturdays, I do these more savings challenges, and that's usually a bigger amount. So a little bit about myself. I wanted to let you guys know I am a 41-year-old married mother of 2 boys and 3 dogs. I love my family, my friends, coffee, traveling and adventures, budgeting, and plants, growing things. Not always in that order. A lot of times it just depends on the day. Sometimes I like my pets a little more than the boys. Sometimes the boys a little more than the pets. Depends on who's giving mommy a headache. But anyways, I like to dabble in minimalism. I have a passion for decluttering. And actually, it was funny because my mom came over to my house over the weekend and we'd done a little bit more decluttering of the house. And she asked if we were planning on moving and if the house was being listed, because it looked like real estate agent was coming through to take photos because the house was that clear. So I just don't like clutter around, and it's been actually really nice. And it helps with the budget too, because if I don't like clutter, I'm not buying things, so it saves in the budget category. So I have been budgeting since I was old enough to earn money. My mom was a budgeter. My grandpa lived through the Great Depression, so he was always very frugal with his money. When I was growing up, we just called it the envelope method. We didn't have a thing called sinking funds. I didn't know what that term was until actually fairly recently. I just always said Christmas was an envelope that I just saved for month after month after month. And then when November came around, I went and bought Christmas presents. I didn't know that term sinking funds. So, but I didn't always follow it to a T. I had a very normal late 20s, early 30s and late teens. I had car loans and student loans and credit card debt, but budgeting has always been the best plan for us to get and stay debt free. In a few years ago, my youngest son needed some speech therapy and some vision therapy, and it wasn't covered by insurance, but obviously it was something that would benefit him. So we did it. and it put us in the hole by a little over $14,000. And we were $14,000 in credit card debt, and we paid that off in 10 months in 2023. So through budgeting, we were able to get debt free, and we've stayed debt free, and we live an amazingly blessed life. We've done 3 cruises in 16 months, and well, by the time we go on our next cruise in June, it'll be 3 cruises in 16 months. So I know a lot of people will say things like, oh, well, you're debt free, you don't have a car payment, you don't have student loans, so you don't get it. Well, I do, because I had all those things, but I don't anymore because of doing this. So it's completely possible. You just have to make a plan and stick to it. And I hope that you guys will join me as we navigate the world of budgeting, savings challenges, and cash stuffing. And thank you guys so much for joining me. If you are not subscribed to this video, please give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button down below. I would love for you to join the Fresh Start fam. If you are subscribed, thank you so much. Remember to hit that bell to turn on notifications, and you'll be made aware of my next video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a good night. Bye-bye.